guys, this is Helene with Restart, and this is my September Artsnacks Plus Challenge drawing. As you can see, I am starting with my colored pencil, Faber-Castell Polychromos, and basically sketching out. It's a little bit hard to see because the color's a little bit, pale, I guess. But I basically am doing a pen sketch here. I just got Alfonso's book. It's his last name, and I have it on me. Anyhow, I got his book, and I've been practicing because I know Inktober is, kind of an over thing, and people are kind of over it, and they're calling it other things now, and that's fine. But I had never done it before, and I was really, really excited to try it. Someone that's a little newer to the art world, I just thought it sounded like fun, and doing Inktober has been something I've wanted to do since I started doing any kind of painting or drawing or whatever. So I kind of found an inspiration picture for this, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of fun. I think I can do this with what I got in my Artsnacks box. So I'm basically using all the pens that came in the box, as well as the two brushes, the Kuretake and the Uni, just to add like some highlights and details and things like that. But generally I'm doing, a portrait, a face, using some skills that I learned in Alfonso's book. I imagine these are pretty basic inking skills, but to me, I had just learned them. So, here it goes. So I did the scribble technique because I found that to be really interesting and fun. I loved how you could just kind of scribble around and create these amazing shadows and depth and values just with one color. I've always been fascinated by black and white. I do a lot of black and white paintings and drawings. And in fact, when I started this in 2017, the first thing I started doing was just pencil drawing. I figured that was the easiest, fastest thing to learn, although I found it to be rather difficult. It was simple. I could take a pencil with me. I could take paper with me. I was working full-time, a mom, and it was just something I could, take out an envelope or a piece of paper from my car and a pencil and, sketch something out. So prior to starting the art stuff, I was a salon owner for 10 years. Quite a successful one, top 40 and all that kind of jazz. I did very well as a salon owner. I enjoyed it. Loved doing it. But after I had children, my priorities shifted slightly. I wanted to spend more time with them. And as a very successful business owner of 2 salons, it got really hard, and I was spending a lot of late nights. And I know a lot of people do it. I just didn't quite have the support I needed in order to continue to do both things and thrive as well as I had in the past. And so I had to make a decision, and that decision was to sell the salons. But also I had discovered art, and I had discovered that I really, really loved it. And after doing hair for 20 years, even though I was super passionate about it, I'm still super passionate about it. I really enjoy doing it. I just needed something else in my life. Anytime anybody asked me what my hobby was for years and years and years, it was hair. It was hair videos and hair education, and hair shows, and I taught hair, and I was, doing platform work and traveling all around the world doing all these amazing things. And having children just kind of changes you in some ways. So anyways, I had wanted to kind of share some of who I am in this video because I haven't really done that. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this. I don't know how to teach art necessarily. I would like to learn that. I'm a good educator. I enjoy teaching. I've taught hair for years, like I said. And I've trained, honestly, at this point, hundreds of hairdressers from the ground up. I ran an apprenticeship program at the salon. And actually, even when I first started doing hair around 18, 19, 20 years old, I was, art director at the salons I worked at, and I worked for a major distribution company, and taught many, many hairdressers. So teaching is something that's kind of in my blood. I enjoy doing it. And thank God, because I'm teaching my 6-year-old how to do first grade right now. So I'm waiting for that paycheck to come in. Because as much as I like her teacher, let me tell you, it's definitely a lot of work to be at home and taking care of a school all day. So anyways, the art kind of came as salvation during all that. And just something else. And, prior to learning how to do some sketching and stuff and just kind of taking classes online, I didn't think I'd take it that seriously. Like I said, in about 2017, I would have told you I didn't know how to draw a stick figure. I was not a good artist. In fact, my medium was always hair. For whatever reason, I could do it on hair, but I couldn't do it on paper. And I think a lot of it has to do with the 2D, 3D thing, maybe. I remember going to Disney World one time and doing like designs on my brother's hair, and people were going nuts for it. It looked really cool. And I mean, some of it was abstract. We did Disney characters, excuse me, on the back of his head, which was cool. And I even got offered a job to work in Disney. I was young at the time, and it just didn't seem like somewhere I wanted to be at that time. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like if I had done that, but nonetheless, I didn't. So what can you do? I had a pretty great life. I'm having a pretty great life. I act like I'm dying here. I'm not. I'm pretty young. I have a lot of time ahead of me. I hope to continue to do art. Oh, this is the uni. So you can see, like, I'm just using my pens and scribbling the values where I wanted them. I wanted this head to kind of look like she was coming out of space and the ground, and or it could have been going the other direction, right? Like something that was kind of floating in air, almost like a balloon, I guess. And and the Kuretake pen, and just trying to figure out like how to make her look like she was either shedding or being held down, and you could see it from one direction or another. And I get that, because I kind of feel like that now. It's like, I'm trying to get out of this, sort of place that I was in, and I'm going somewhere else. And it's not necessarily a bad place to a good place, or a good place to a bad place, but just somewhere different, right? Like from one place to the next, and shedding, I don't know, whatever you had before that, and moving towards something else. So that was my vision for this. And again, I literally have no other way to describe it other than to just scribble it. I would suggest getting somebody like Alfonso's book to help you with that at this point. I'm hoping that by seeing this and watching me do it, that'll help you. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of sketched out a profile face going in the general direction I wanted, and then made lines. I created lines until I liked the amount of lines where they were sitting, where it looked balanced. I imagine you could do all kinds of different things with this. You could probably make her face, a man's face. You could make a child's face. You could go in a different direction. You could make the sort of balloon string shape, if you will, a different shape. I didn't want her to have hair, but I kind of wanted to mimic that shape going behind her. Just almost like, again, it's she's either lost it or she's gaining it back. Not really sure how that would go, but it looked cool, so I went with it. I was going to keep it in black and white, but again, my challenge is to use all the tools in the Artsnacks box. So I really hope you guys like it, and I hope you like the little insight into my world. Hopefully I'll share more of that with you. I know I don't show my face much. Most of that is just because I don't have the right setup for that at this moment. It's not that I don't want you to see me, but with my kids around and stuff, sometimes I have to just kind of make it work the best that I can. So anyways, I enjoy Artsnacks. I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe, share, save, all that jargon. You know how it goes. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you guys so much. Here's a close-up of her face. I think it looks pretty cool.